So it was February 11th, 2019, and Chase and I were at our favorite restaurant for an early Valentine's dinner, and we got a call from CPS that they had two little girls. They were 1 and 2 years old, and they were looking for a home for them. And so we asked a few questions, got a few details, and said yes. And so at the time we scrambled home. We were not prepared to take in two babies, and we called a couple people from our Connect group. And so Becca and Beth came over and helped us set up cribs and wash bottles and wash clothes and be ready to welcome these little girls in our home. And so it was later that night that Betty and Evelyn came through our doors for the first time.
So we actually started fostering in 2015, and Abel was our first placement. His case moved to adoption pretty quickly, and after him, we had 8 other children over the next 1.5 to 2 years come through our home. That's really difficult, and when all you get are emergency, removal placements, you're getting phone calls at, 2 in the morning for a kid to show up at your house within an hour. It took a toll on me. I was just kind of worn out from the process, and you really never know when these kids come into your home how long they're going to be with you. Most of them were with us for about a month to 2 months. And when we got the girls, we had no idea that would ever move towards adoption. And actually, a couple months before we got them, I had actually told Ashlee I didn't want to do it anymore. I was tired of my home constantly being open to strangers, and you feel like you're under a microscope as a foster parent. So many people are watching you and looking at you, and I struggled with that, and I didn't want to do it anymore. And I could tell over the next couple months that decision weighed really heavily on Ashlee, and it was hard for her. So I prayed a lot about it, and I felt like after a period of time, the Spirit was kind of revealing to me that fostering was more of a calling for Ashlee. For me, it was always a choice I had done, something she had brought up, but for her, it was a calling, and I truly believe that the Spirit was showing me that she had been called and equipped by God to foster. So I had to realize in that moment that this was bigger than me and about something more than myself, and that I would need to really find the willingness in my heart to support her in this and allow her to lead. So I sat down with her one night over dinner and just told her, hey, this is what I think God's been, showing me, and we can reopen and we can continue this journey in fostering.
And so after the girls came into our family, it was a lot of ups and downs over the next 21 months. That first year particularly, we had a lot of doctor's appointments and a lot of therapy sessions, and it was really hard. It was hard on our family, it was hard on our marriage, but we just knew that in our own way that God had called us to this, and that He was going to equip us, He was going to sustain us. He surrounded us with people that cared for us and cared for our kids, and we knew ultimately that He wasn't going to abandon us. He wasn't going to abandon these girls, and we couldn't either. And so we just doubled down and said, like, we're doing this. Like, we're gonna do hard things. God calls us to do hard things. And so, like I said, there was a lot of ups and downs. We didn't know how the case was gonna go. But then on November 21st of 2020, we stood in a courtroom surrounded by our family and friends, and we said yes again. We said yes to forever. We said yes to the hard. We said yes to the good. We said yes to just what God has called us to. And we are forever thankful that on that day we said yes. And I'm thankful just for Chase's leadership and just for him like obeying the Lord and seeking the Lord, so that we as a family could say yes to hard things.